They'll be out a bit sooner than usual today.
Yeah, I was going to say they're on top today for once.
Once, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome onto the pitch, please, your two teams, Evesham United and your one and only Gospel Borough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gospel Radio, where today we've got more live action for you, where Gospel Borough hosts Evesham United. Looking at both sets of teams, starting with the visitors. In goal for Evesham is number 1, Alex Harris, 2, Liam Hart, 4, Josh Barlow, 4, Ewan Richards, 6, Ethan Patterson, 7, Aaron Heap, 8, Brandon Liggett, 9, Levi Still, 10, Amar Owada, 12, Andre Wright, and 19, Cameron Walters. As for Gosport, we make 4 changes from the side that drew to Dorchester. In goal is a debutee for us, which is Henry Blackledge, who has recently signed for us on loan for Newton Town. Back in the starting 11 is Finley Walsh-Smith, who partners up with Joe Morrison in defence. Our captain today is Bradley Tarbuck, wearing the number 7 shirt. He's with Adam Tommaso in midfield. Also, back in the starting 11 today, Raffle, number 11. Then you've got Trevor Caborn, Michael Fernandez, Ben Greenwood, Harry Kavanagh, another one of the 4 changes. And finally, leading the front line is Ethan Taylor. Our bench today sees Rory Williams, Dan Wooden, Henry Sill, Luke Cook, who returns from injury, and also Ethan Jones. You've got Gosport shooting from my right to left, and Evesham vice versa. Evesham in their red and black kit today, as for Gosport in their more traditional yellow and blue.
And so it's game time. Gosport Borough versus Evesham United in the pitching in Premier Division South this afternoon. Thank you for coming along and showing the support. Oh, and by the way, the car key has been collected.
So just to confirm for any Gosport fans listening, there has been 4 changes made to the side that drew to Dorchester. Henry Blackledge makes his debut, and Kavanagh, Walsh-Smith, and Ramos are all back in the starting 11. Jeremy, we're at home to Evesham. What do you think we can expect from today's game?
Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, listeners. Yeah, it's going to be another challenge. I mean, there is no easy game. There is no straightforward game in this division. I think if you haven't learned that by now, then there's something up. This is a tough division. Evesham promoted last season, I think through the playoffs. Don't quote me on that. Probably Evesham fans screaming at me down the internet now. But anyway, they're newly promoted, and since they've come up, they've held their own, and they've given everybody a tough time.
Yeah.
So I really don't expect anything different today.
Well, hopefully we've got a good game on our hands. It looks like Gosport will be kicking us off in this game. Gosport shooting from my right to left, and Michael Fernandez, the man in the centre circle, along with our captain today, Bradley Tarbuck. What do you make of that? Tarbuck giving the captain's armband today?
Why not? Because there's no Rory on the pitch, nor Dan Wooden, and Charlie Wassmer's not playing today either. So yeah, Brad's a senior professional semi-pro player. So yeah, why not? I think he needs to lead by example there.
Well, Tarbuck, he's going to be the man kicking us off in this game, just awaiting the referee's whistle. Tarbuck with his pink boots standing bang on the middle.
He's off from a little bit early.
And now we are underway as he passes it into Joe Morrison, who hits it high into the sky. It's being chased down by Gosport players, flooding already into the Evesham half. And Jeremy, to be fair, since Evesham have been promoted, Henry Blackledge has just come out of his goal pretty early on. The debut keeper, bit of brave keeping early on. But as I return back to that question, Jeremy, Evesham promoted to this league. It's not been a bad start to them in Southern Premier League so far.
No, absolutely not. And that's what I was just saying. And I was just checking that, yes, I think they did come up through the playoffs last season. So I was right. Look, they've got an experienced manager in Mike Ford. And he sort of had previous experience at this level with Banbury and other clubs. So then they're going to be no mugs. I think you can expect another really hard game. And to be fair, the last few games here at the AEI have been nothing short of bonkers and entertaining and goal fests. So in one respect, it'd be nice to have another one like that. But in another respect, I think Glenn Howes, the borough manager, would probably like something a little more sober today, perhaps. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, anyway, like Jeremy said, we have had a bonkers last few games here at the AI Stadium, including that one against Dorchester, in which we did have to come from
Weymouth.
behind twice.
Weymouth.
Yeah.
Weymouth.
Oh no, I mean like the last.
Oh
very
yeah,
last
because
one.
Dorchester was away
Yeah,
there. That's
yeah.
where you got me.
Yeah.
Confusing me. Not that that's difficult, mind you. But no, I know what you mean. Yes, I mean that's what the last three games
Yeah.
have all had in common, that Borough have had to come from behind, and they've done it quite a lot recently as well. Tiverton at home, Weymouth at home, Dorchester away, and Taunton away have all been come from behind jobs.
Well, Gosport with the ball in their possession at the moment, hitting it high into the sky. It finds the head of Richards, who just knocks it over, and the retaliation header finds Tommaso, who looks to pass it into Rafa Ramos, but instead it's well found there by Heap, who returns it back to the visitors' possession. A ball long forward. It's flicked over the Gosport back line. It's being brought down by Still as he passes it to Heap. Heap looks up against Ben Greenwood, takes it to the byline, tries to drill in and cross. In the end, the final deflection coming off of the Gosport player, therefore going out for an Evesham corner.
Yeah.
But they do look pretty deadly so far down the right-hand side of Evesham.
Yeah, they've come here with a clear game plan for me. Mike Ford's far too organised as a manager not to have a coherent and decisive game plan, to be honest. And let's see what they can do from this corner.
Well, the first corner of the game is going to be taken by Barlow for Evesham on the near side. Barlow for the visitors. Lifts his arm in the air. The corner has come in. It's one hit, bang on to be fair, on the 6-yard box, but it flies past every player as it fizzles all the way onto the far side, in which Ethan Taylor wins back possession, passing it to Tarbuck, flicking it forward. It's going to go out for another throw for the visitors, this time a bit deeper though. I'd say 10 or so yards away from the halfway line.
Yeah, I mean the corner literally went the width of the penalty area, didn't it, James? And but Evesham has certainly started on the front foot here. Borough need to have their wits about them, and as you say, I think you're absolutely right. They really are exploiting that right-hand side, aren't they? Gosport's left. So hopefully Gosport will be wise to that fairly soon.
Another ball this time down the left-hand channel. Hart's running onto it. He still gets possession up against Ethan Taylor. Hart looks up, trying to get past his Gosport man. Instead, passes it back into Patterson. Evesham coming forward, though, in numbers. Before eventually, I think it was Trevor Cable now who just charged his man down, slightly winning the ball back for Gosport. Evesham just suffocating this Gosport back line. Barlow for the visitors. Right, into Heap. Heap striding down the right-hand channel before eventually being closed down by Rafa Ramos. Rafa knocking it out for another throw for Evesham on this near side though this time.
Lovely bit of that nizzle out.
Yeah, the rain's coming down again here in Gosport. I was just saying before the game, actually, while we're waiting for this to be taken, when was the last time we actually had a game here where it wasn't raining?
It's very typical Gosport for any Evesham fans listening. The weather hardly ever nice really in Gosport. Gosport, to be fair, on the attack at the moment for the halfway. Yeah, anyway, yeah. As Jeremy said, always rubbish weather on match days. I don't live in Gosport, so I can't really comment when
I'll tell you
match
what, in the
days.
summer, because obviously the ball's out of play at the moment, the ball's dead. In the summer, when it's 25 degrees, you could be down Stokes Bay and you're thinking you're in the Mediterranean, but there you go.
Yeah,
Not today, though.
But not today.
No, far from it. Evesham playing it out from the back, Heap slipping. It's going to allow for Rafa Ramos to steal the ball. But the fun touch, I think, came off of Heap there, so it's going to go out for a Gosport throw on the near side, just outside of the Evesham technical box. Ben Greenwood running over to take this throw. He chucks it back to Finley Walsh-Smith. And Jeremy, Finley Walsh-Smith, one of 4 changes today. How do you think he'll do coming back
He'll
into
be
the starting 11?
He'll be absolutely fine. I think the only time I've ever had doubts about Finn was when he had to come in for the playoff semi-final at Salisbury last year, and he just confounded my expectations with the way he played, the level-headedness, the way you think he was a player that's 10 years older than he is. Now, no problem. He can step in and do a fantastic job.
No.
Well, he's a defender that plays like he's had a lot of years behind him, but in reality, he's still a very young defender. But as we were talking about that, an Evesham player has gone down, that being Aaron Heap.
Yeah.
Now, the manager, Mike Ford, not too happy. Now, obviously, we can't comment because we both missed it, James, because we were.
It was a fair chance.
But in fairness, he's in some distress, but he should be okay to continue. We think there's no sort of signal to the bench that a substitution's needed yet. But clearly, if he does go off, then that'll be an early blow to Evesham's hopes for the afternoon. But That's been a recurring theme of the last couple of home games, to be
Mm.
perfectly honest, where there's been early injuries that then substitutions that have then impacted the course of the game
Yeah.
later on.
Well, particularly that Weymouth game where it just
Oh,
felt
my
like there were
goodness, yeah.
constant injuries.
Weymouth, that was very much the narrative, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the last home game where Steve Claridge, the Weymouth manager, had to make 3
Yeah.
enforced substitutions due to injury, and it just changed the whole narrative of the game, didn't it? Gosport, of course, with their own, with Ryan Hall going off with a break, and you could see straight away it was pretty serious. Interestingly, while we're seeing Heath get treated, have you seen the video? Because obviously you've published it on social media, so I'm sure you have seen
Yeah.
it. But when he landed making that penalty save, his head just snapped back
it
like
did.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's when the injury was done.
I
because
think so.
He came down on his shoulder, his head snapped back like that. I thought, ooh. And
It's a
then
nasty
he got
one.
up and then went straight back down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's been the way it's been for the last few games here.
Literally.
We don't want to see it again today.
Well, for any context for any of the Evesham fans listening, that is Ryan Hall we're speaking about. One of our goalkeepers here at Gosport made a heroic penalty save against Weymouth. It was a key turning point actually in the game in which we would go on to win, but in doing so, Ryan Hall injured himself, and our makeshift goalkeeper for that one was veteran Roy Williams. Unfortunately, though, for him, not in between the sticks today, or even on the pitch. Instead, we've got new goalkeeper Henry Balakledge from Luton Town. What do you think we can expect from him?
It's a tough one because you'd like to think that any player who's on loan from a professional club is going to be of good quality. So I think we're just going to have to find out, aren't we? He had one very, very early part to play in the game here, didn't he? Where
Yeah.
he came flying out of his goal off his line. But you'd like to think he's going to be of a certain quality. But ask me that again at the end of the 90 minutes.
Well, we were speaking a little bit before about when we went on air. Well, actually, we've had more updates here at the AI Stadium where it does
He'll
look
be
like
okay.
Keith will be carrying on.
But that's probably a stoppage of some 3 minutes plus.
Well,
Definitely.
good news though for Evesham fans listening that Heath will be okay. He's had a lot of the ball actually at the start of this game. 7 minutes have been played though with the heavy stoppage. Still goalless here at the AI Stadium. As Evesham were coming forward, Bradley Tarbuck went flying in to try and overturn possession. The referee saying no, there was a foul just in the middle of the park. So here, Evesham have a free kick in which Harris is running over to go and take. Very experienced. Yeah, exactly.
That's if he does, if he invites it. But
Well, we
Yeah.
would take it, wouldn't we?
definitely. If you are just joining us, 9 minutes on the clock, 0-0 here between Borough and Evesham.
Well, Harris, with the set piece,
Overhit.
drills it forward. Well overhit, straight over the head of right, and it's going to fizz up for a Gosport goal kick down the other end of the pitch. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, looking at some of the other scores today in the Southern Premier League South, there's only been one game that has seen a goal. It's where Hungerford Town, away to Dorchester, have taken the lead. Also, some tasty other fixtures, though, in the Southern League today. Havant and Waterlooville, they host Poole Town today. And the other big one, in which Gosport fans will definitely want to be keeping in tune for, is a Sholing game, where they take on Wimborne. So some interesting games there, Jeremy.
Oh, there's always interesting games. Hello, seeing ourselves on screen here. Yeah, there's always interesting games, isn't there? And just that's down to the competitiveness of the division. And one eye on that Havant Poole game. I think that's going to be tougher for Poole than I think even they realise, actually. Because Havant, I think it's not long before they start picking up. Big club like that, massive setup. I can't see them being down there for much longer, James.
Well, change of managers as well recently, and it looks to have sort of revived them a little bit in terms of their recent form.
Yes, I'd agree with that. Just watching Gosport playing some neat little one-touch, two-touch football here.
That's Michael Fernandez storming down this left-hand channel, feeding the ball into Rafa Ramos. Rafa on the edge of the 18-yard box. He drills into the ball, but in the end, he's passing straight into the side netting. It was good build-up play, though, from Rafa Ramos.
That was a lovely little bit of silky football, wasn't it? Yeah, just turned the defender inside and out. He ran out of room, though, and the angle got too tight, and the cross-come shot went straight into the side netting. But, yeah, that's Gosport's, for me, that's Gosport's first real promising moment of the afternoon.
Well, if you're just tuning in here at the AI Stadium, it is still goalless, as Harris has the goal kick. Launches one forward. Harris, such an experienced goalkeeper at this level, played already 16 times this season for Evesham. But his goal kick goes straight to Bradley Tarbuck on the far side. He's got players around him. He's going to leave it for Caborn. Caborn back into, I'm pretty sure that's Taylor, who's pretty far back. And now Finney Will-Smith inside the centre circle for Gosport, left into Ben Greenwood. Greenwood looks up, takes his time. Hasn't got too much support around him, but he does well to win Gosport, thrown on the near side. A deflection from Barlow, overturning it out. As Greenwood chucks the throw back into Finney Will-Smith, still inside his own half. Will-Smith, right, into Joe Morrison. Morrison returns the pass back to Will-Smith. Now Will-Smith forward into Greenwood, outside the Evesham dugout. And Gosport just taking their time so far, Jeremy.
Yeah, I think it's no bad thing just to slow it down, just to allow themselves time to regroup and compose. Because Evesham have had the better of the first 5 or so minutes. So Gosport have, I think they have, and then they're giving the ball.
Greenwood giving the ball away straight to Barlow. Barlow looking to feed a through ball into Still. Still does well to hold it up just outside the 18-yard box. He had lots of Gosport players surrounding him, but turned the pass back into Heap on this near side. Now Barlow, he's tackled by Tarbuck. But to be fair, Walters thinks in the ball. It's not going to find Still. Instead, the head of Joe Morrison. And that header is straight into Tarbuck. Still though, Ben Greenwood can't clear it. His clearance did find the body. Barlow there.
Got charged down
Knocking
by
it out
Barlow.
of Gosport Road. They look tenacious though, this Evesham side.
Yeah, that's one word you could use, but I quite like the football that they play. And now they've got some defending to do.
A ball clipped over the Evesham back line. It's found Trevor Caborn. Caborn pulls it back for Ethan Taylor in front of goal. His shot is blocked before eventually goalkeeper Harris comes out to claim the ball.
Sharp defending that from Evesham. Fair play to them. 3 men were very, very alert to the danger, and they just shut him down. He had no room to get a shot away, and the danger passed. But I was just saying, I do like the way that Evesham play. It's nice to see. It's quite direct, but it's had Gosport working quite hard defensively in the first 13 minutes.
By the ball all the way back into Evesham goalkeeper Harris. Ethan Taylor looking to pounce. In the end, Harris clears his line so. The ball dropping to right on the halfway line, back to Barlow. And Evesham playing some nice football coming down this right-hand side. Now Heap for Evesham up against Ben Greenwood, looking to go outside of him, but in the end has to hold his play. Now a ball chipped in by Barlow. It finds the head of right, who nods it back into Still. And Still volleys his effort over the Gosport crossbar.
And over the bus.
Indeed.
But again, though, Gosport were a little slow there to react to the danger that Evesham presented them with. Conditions taking a turn for the worse out there. The rain's just starting to drive in again. Obviously, our visiting supporters listening in may not realise we have 4G here, which will mean the game won't be in any danger of being abandoned. But with the wind howling in off the Solent as well, it's going to make it slightly tricky for the players out there, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And especially if you're not used to it as well, being the Evesham players, it's where home advantage really comes into play.
To a point, yeah. I mean, you know that because with this stadium's only less than a mile from the sea, in this sort of weather, then the Borough players should know what to expect.
Rafa Ramos coming forward now down the centre, left into Michael Fernandez. Ben Greenwood looks up, passing it back to Fernandez. 25 yards out, and Michael Fernandez is pushed in the back there by Barlow. So Gosport are going to have a free kick, 25 yards out. Ben Greenwood
special.
Do you think he goes for a shot from here?
Yeah,
he's thinking about it. But again, the question is whether the free kick's direct or indirect. But it looks as though he's going to dink one in here. He's not going to go for goal. Otherwise, you'd see a wall and all that going on. But no.
Ben Greenwood looks up. He dinks in a ball. It finds a header of Ethan Taylor. Just got a little bit too much behind the header as the ball is floated over the crossbar. Still a half opportunity though for Gosport. Yeah,
it's Gosport's first real set piece opportunity of the afternoon, and it was quality delivery from Greenwood. We've come to expect that from him. Taylor just the header was always going up over the top, but a really good opportunity there for Borough. And Evesham, they did enough, I think, just to make sure that he couldn't get his header on target. Defensively, our visitors are quite sound today. Going forward and throughout the afternoon, I think Gosport probably do need to step it up 2 or 3 levels, I think, to beat them. But at the moment, very even now. Evesham having had the best of the first 5 minutes. Now we've hit the quarter of an hour mark. I think it's more even Stevens to be back.
Definitely.
So
I've
Christmas
got more
hats,
confirmation on the game at Dorchester Town versus Hungerford. I told you about how Hungerford had taken the lead, and it's Premier League veteran Charlie Austin who's put the Crusaders into the lead in that one. Very experienced name. By Evesham in this one, on the attack down this right-hand side, he, with the ball up against Ben Greenwood, takes it outside, dinks in the ball. It finds, I'm pretty sure, Kavanagh, who just sort of shielded it out.
Yeah, you just tested it. That was a little risky there, Harry, if you don't mind me saying. But yeah, the expense of a corner. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, if it does the job, then why not?
But my concern with doing that is that could have gone either side of that far post, really.
Well, as a result of that defensive play, Evesham have a corner on that far side. It's going to be taken once again by Barlow. Barlow looks up, he drills in the ball. It's heading towards front post, headed away there by Rafa Ramos. But it falls kindly back to Barlow. Barlow into the number 11. The ball come in, still tries to knock it forward, but in the end, Gosport throwing bodies in front of the ball. Now can Gosport counter through Ethan Taylor? Trevor Cable on caught when he's tracks. Gosport a little bit too slow there, allowing for Evesham to gather back possession. Oh, and he there inside his own half blazed a pretty powerful pass there into Michael Fernandez. You could hear the thud from inside the press box.
Yes, it came off, shall we say, the lower half of his anatomy. I expect he probably felt that, but nonetheless, it was effective.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. And I've had one fan say, "How is the weather here at the AI Stadium?"
Atrocious.
Pretty poor.
Atrocious.
Very interestingly, he's listening from the Aber Arena. So not sure what he's doing listening to us, but us over Aber?
Very well.
I quite like the idea.
Very well.
Okay.
Yeah, very welcome. Wherever you're listening from. But yeah, the weather's not great. We've got a gusting, howling wind coming in from the right-hand side off the sea, and the rain's just eased up a bit, but even so.
Heap for the visitors, passes back into Waters. Waters stood on the halfway line, back into Richards. Evesham playing it nicely out from the back before Patterson thinks the ball over the Gosport midfield. It's going to find Still on the far side, but Joe Morrison hits it out, allowing for Gosport for shortly at least to hold possession. But Evesham just immediately gather it back again. They're not allowing Gosport to have a sniff of possession so far in this one. Tarbuck this time overriding possession though, and now he passes it into Michael Fernandez. And can Gosport finally get an attack? The ball dinked over the Eastern back line, but it's headed away there by Waters. Straight into Barlow, controlling this midfield area. Barlow right into Heap inside his own half. Heap looking for an audacious through ball. It's going to find Finney Walsh-Smith, who actually backpedals pretty well to just ensure he gets onto the ball. Now Greenwood back to Finney Walsh-Smith. Finney Walsh-Smith knocks it pretty far over everyone. In the end, going out for a throw.
Back in again.
Yeah, it was held back in, but it had already gone. The assistant was having none of that, and it gives Evesham a platform to work from here, this throw-in.
Well, the first 20 minutes, or just under 20 minutes anyway, played here at the AI Stadium. It is Gosport 0, Evesham 0. Evesham have a throw-in deep inside the Gosport half, though. Heap on possession at the moment. Passing back into the number 11. And I've just noticed, I don't think there's a number 11 even labelled on the team sheet today, so that's handy.
For
Evesham.
Oh, right, okay. Right, I think it might be that we'll have to do number checks to see if the rest of them do
Yeah,
correspond.
definitely.
Because if that player happens
Yeah,
to
there's
score,
definitely a number 11.
We've got 2-4.
See, I thought it was my eyesight getting
No,
on
you're
now,
right.
but no.
You're right. So it might be worth checking socials on their socials and just seeing what the numbers are, and then we'll amend accordingly.
The only thing I could think of maybe a late change for Evesham, but yeah, there's definitely a number 11. Anyway, I'll tell you about what we do know is Ben Greenwood coming down the left-hand side, dinks it into Rafa Ramos, but Rafa Ramos loses possession on this near side. And now ball dinked forward by Barlow, is chased down by Still, and keeper Blackledge has to come out of his blocks to knock it out of play. Hasn't really done too much yet within the first 20 minutes, Blackledge. Well, it's pretty composed there when doing his defensive duty.
Might be worth checking with the bench because they've checked the team sheets on socials. They all copy
They've
what we've
labelled
got
what
here.
we
So I
said.
think possibly they've sent somebody out with the wrong shirt on.
Ah.
So it might be that we'll have to get that one checked. Do you mind? Just ask the bench who their 11 is, because it's not on the team sheet. They've got an 11 out there.
I'll take that one.
He on the near side, dinks in a ball by Joe Morrison. Is the recipient of that ball. And now Gosport looking to counter down the right-hand side through Kavanagh. Kavanagh laying a pass into Trevor Caborn. Caborn with a lot of space able to run into. He's going to take it right to the 18-yard box. Dinks in a ball, but it finds a red shirt. Now Oda for the visitors. Back into the number 2.
We've just asked James's dad to go and check who the 11 is. There's clearly an anomaly with the numbering. It does sometimes happen, so I suspect it might be because the 12 checks out Andre Wright. We've got a 9, which is Levi still. So is it Amar Awade? Because I haven't seen a 10.
No, he's out there. Awade.
Okay,
He's in the centre of the park.
Well, okay, so we'll have to sort of see. Anyway,
The only one I don't think I've seen is Liggett.
might be Liggett. Who is it?
Liggett.
Right,
Oh,
so he's not
So
okay.
it's not a number 8.
It's an 11, right?
So he's 11. So he's on, but he's wearing 11.
Yeah, he's wearing 11. Okay, right.
So
Listeners,
that is the one.
that solves that particular dilemma. It is Brandon Liggett wearing 11. So I'm glad we managed to clear that up,
Yeah, very.
because otherwise that could have been quite embarrassing when if a goal goes in or if a substitution's made and we get it wrong. So
Would have just had to say number 11 with the goal scorer. Would have
yeah,
been right.
that wouldn't have been great, would it?
Thankfully, he didn't score. Like I said, so far, 22 minutes on the clock. It is goalless here at the AI Stadium. And to be fair, Germany, I'd say the visitors would probably feel the happier after 2
Yeah, I
starts.
think so. Yeah. As I said a few times, they've come here with a game plan. They've given Gosport more than a few restless moments, and I think they've more than imposed themselves on this game of football. So yeah, I'm impressed with Evesham. A good, solid team. We're very well organised and well set up, I might call. And yeah, we'll have to. I think if Gosport don't attune the tactics to suit, then we'll see what happens later down the line.
100%. There's Evesham, throw a ball forward, but it finds Blackledge, who has to once again come outside of his box to hit a ball forward. That is one thing I have noticed about the new Gosport keeper. He's not afraid to come out of his box.
No, he's here I come, get out of the way. He really does charge out, doesn't he? But I suppose that's the confidence you get from playing professional football as he does with his parent club.
Yeah.
So certainly it's good to see. It gives the back lines confidence, knowing you've got a goalkeeper behind you that is not afraid to come out and do the business.
Well, he's had an interesting career. Started out in Australia with Brisbane before making the move to Luton Town. Gosport have just won a free kick, literally a yard or two inside the Evesham half, quickly taken by Bradley Tarbuck, who flicks it left into Ben Greenwood with a lot more space compared to Tarbuck. Before Greenwood eventually passes straight back into Finney Walsh-Smith and now into keeper Henry Blackledge inside his own box. Back to Finney Walsh-Smith, coming down this left-hand side, still with a lot of space, into Greenwood. Former Farnborough man, Tommaso, dinks the ball over the Evesham back line. Rafa Ramos does get behind the Evesham back line, and he is flagged up for offside.
So when
Playing quite a high line there, Evesham.
we get rid of the half time.
That's a few pounds on the waistline.
There has been another goal as well in the Southern Premier League. Chertsey Town taking the lead at home to Weymouth through Oliver McCoy on 14 minutes. Yet to see too many goals though within the Southern Premier League South today.
Yeah, it seems to be a slow start on the goal scoring stakes around the division, but early days yet, 25 minutes in, and I think we're probably a minute or so ahead of everybody else
Yeah.
because we did kick off marginally early, I saw.
Evesham have had a player go down, that being Liggett, the number 11. To clarify, not the number 8.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, we're sure now.
Try and stitch us up, I think, Evesham.
Yeah, it happens. It's not the first time, a player goes out with the wrong shirt on or a substitution is made and then suddenly you realise the shirt numbers don't match what's on the team sheet. Yeah, it happens. It does. But there you go. We got round it.
Well, Evesham have possession as they're just about to take a set piece inside middle of their own half. Goalkeeper Harris over it. Every other outfield player for Evesham inside the Gosport half. The ball comes over, it can't find right. It's well defended by Gosport. Trevor Caborn wriggling away from his man, playing it into Rafa Ramos, still inside the Gosport half. Ben Greenwood coming down this near side, flicks the ball over the Evesham back line. It's chased down by Trevor Cable, but it's good defending there from Richards.
But can we talk about that pass over the top from Greenwood? It was nearly inch perfect, wasn't it? But the Evesham defender actually read it very, very well indeed. But that was a lovely little bit of breakout play from Gosport, playing out from the back and then forging a path down the left flank. That was good to watch.
It looks like that's been sort of the game plan so far, sort of trying to flick it over the Evesham back line and allow either Rafa, Trevor, or Ethan to try and get onto the end of it.
Yeah, and I think both sides are exploiting this side, aren't they?
Yeah.
Gosport going one way and Evesham going the other way. Yeah, it's interesting to see the tactical battle being played out in front of us here this afternoon, and I think it's nice because it's a nice subplot to the storyline.
Being a pretty balanced start to this game, 26 minutes on the clock, still goalless. And looking at Evesham's stats, Jeremy, 5 points out of a possible 15, winning just one of the last 5 games, 2 draws and 2 losses. But it looks like they've got a lot of confidence today.
Yeah, and don't forget, every club is going to have ups and downs during the course of a season. Evesham early on were actually up inside the playoff places. Every club's going to have a patch where they can't buy a win, and you're going to probably drop more points than you gain. But you look at the team that's out there today with the quality that's on show, and you know that won't last forever. Like Plymouth Parkway, for example, didn't have the best start to the season, but they've had a cracking FA Trophy run. That started ironically and unfortunately against us. However, they've actually gone on to pick up a lot of points in the league as well as progressing the trophy. Bracknell came here and lost 6-1. They're flying now.
Yeah.
So there's going to be ups and downs. I think it's going to be a case, just while the ball sort of yo-yoing between the teams, it's going to be a case of who doesn't have a chair on that last day of the season. It's going to be that tight.
Yeah.
It's the musical chairs. Who ends up at 5 o'clock on that last Saturday in April without a chair?
Well, you've been watching around this step of football for a long time, but every year since I've been here, it just feels like the league is always constantly becoming more tighter than ever before.
It's getting stronger every year, and I think that's really good actually, because I can think back to the Wessex League days where you had the haves and the have-nots, and it's the same haves at the top of the table every single week, every single season, and you had the same teams down the bottom, and the mid-table teams weren't going to trouble the top teams, but they might beat the bottom teams, and it was status quo. But this, better get back to the game, because I thought that was half a shout for a penalty.
Yeah, it was still there, who just went down inside the Gosport box, pushed over there by Joe Morrison, but in the end, very little appeal though from Evesham. Allowing Gosport to counter. Ethan Taylor with possession, at the ball at his feet at the moment, left into Greenwood. Greenwood playing a pass into Rafa Ramos, left of the 18-yard box. He dinks in a strong cross, way too much power though behind it. In the end, evading any player. It's going to go up for a throw-in on the opposite flank, 5 yards or so away from the far corner flag.
So yeah, I mean, we're balls out of play at the moment. So yeah, it was the same story, season in, season out in the West League, and it just gets a bit dull and predictable, really. But this division over the last 2 or 3 seasons has just got stronger and stronger and stronger, with the teams coming up from below and the teams coming down from above.
And it makes for great coverage if you're a neutral. But a high ball has found the hands of Harris there. Had to come up to collect it. A little bit of brave keeping, considering he had Rafa Ramos literally a few yards away from him. Obviously, a very tall attacker, the 6'2" striker, can often be seen getting on the head of crosses, and a little bit of pushing between Wright and Tarbuck there. The referee's going to have a word with, right?
Yeah, I think it was something and nothing. The referee hopefully just needs to have a little chat and ask the players to calm it down a bit. Because the last thing this game's been in the first half an hour is niggly. It hasn't.
I agree.
Both teams just got on and played. So you don't want that creeping in now.
Although there hasn't really been too many clear-cut chances, it's been a good game of football to watch, I think.
It's been a fascinating game of football. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's been an absolute thriller.
No.
But what it has been is fascinating. Like I said about 5 minutes ago, you've had a tactical subplot to it.
Oh, to be fair, the set piece has come in. It finds Soledad on the edge of the box. In the end, he did not make a clear connection with the ball. Completely scuffed it, and it's gone over the Gosport crossbar.
Yeah, again, Evesham threatening there. But it's been a really good subplot in terms of the tactical battle that's being played out in front of us. And if you're looking for all-out action, you're not going to get it in this game at the moment, I don't think. But both teams are playing good football and showing attacking intent. And I think as long as that keeps on coming, then we're in for an entertaining rest of the game.
Blackledge, his goal kick's gone straight into Evesham once again before Finley Will-Smith knocks the header forward. He can't find Trevor Cable. Instead, Richards went diving in there to overturn possession, and now a ball flicked over the Gosport back line. It's being charged down by Still. Good defending, though, from Finley Will-Smith ensures it only goes out for an Evesham corner on the near side.
On a ball on the right-hand side for Evesham. And Gosport, that's the first time I've seen them flap a little bit inside their own final third. I don't know quite what the plan was there, but it's given a corner away. And let's see what Evesham can do with it.
It's going to be Barlow taking another corner. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, he had the ball in his hands for just a split second. I thought he was going to be taking a throw. But no, he's put the ball down on the floor now, awaiting this corner. He's done a few good set pieces, though, in this game, Barlow.
Yeah, he's clearly their specialist.
Oh, and I have just noticed, to be fair, their number 6, Hudson, went down inside the box. The referee's saying just play on.
Yeah, it's a while ago. But that's what I said. It was... Anyway, never mind.
Well, the corner has come in, finds the head of a Gosport player who hits it out, but the ball has come back into Patterson, but he can't really find him. Instead, Gosport clear it only as far as Alder. Alder goes sliding in, tenaciously trying to win it back, but Gosport overturned possession. Greenwood flicking the ball far, finds the head of their number 2, Hot, on the far side.
I actually think,
turning back into
James,
possession.
just rewinding, I think there were 2 separate incidents there, because I'd seen one, you'd seen another.
Yeah.
There's 2, and the referee overlooked them both. But yes, because initially he went down in the build-up to the corner, and then he went down again. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he tripped though, or if he was pushed. Didn't really see too
Hard to
much
tell
of it.
from where we're sat up here, but the referee wasn't interested.
Well, Gosport had possession on the far side. It was Michael Fernandez losing out possession, and now Wright holding it up for his teammates before Tarbot comes in, running the ball back for Gosport inside the Evesham half. Tommaso going sliding in, knocking it into Ethan Taylor. Taylor left into Ben Greenwood, midway inside the Evesham half. Ben Greenwood looks up, he's coming forward to Gosport 21. Into Adam Tommaso. Tommaso left into Ethan Taylor, 25 yards out. Taylor dinks in a ball. Can it find the head of Fernandez? And Fernandez's header lands on the roof of the goal.
Angle was difficult for him, but fair play to Fernandez. He got a good firm header on it, but when you're that tight, with an angle that acute, you'd have had to have been a miracle worker to get that in. But another good move from Gosport there, and Evesham, yet again, well defended. They are extremely well organised.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid just to put a little bit of weight in behind the challenges either, and just try and mix it. I quite like that about them as well. So, yeah, I think, again, Mark Summerhill, the Gosport assistant manager, having a word in the assistants here. Not exactly sure why, because there's been nothing contentious in the game to speed, so not quite sure what the conversation could be about down there. But there you go.
Well, I've just been checking the chat. We've got quite a few Evesham fans listening. Apparently, Brandon Liggett should be the number 11 as confirmed. So, yeah, that helped. You've got a few fans saying well done for the coverage. I like their social media guy. He was praising the coverage. So we like their social media.
Yeah, that's kind of input. Thank you. You can come again. Yeah, just seeing some of the comments there. But yeah, some nice ones, isn't there? So thank you for that, and glad to have you all with us this afternoon.
More, to be fair, tussling on the far side between Tarbot and this time Oda.
Yeah, but again, the referee's dealt with it. It's not a free kick, sorry, it's a throw to Evesham on that far side by the Harry Missing stand. But again, referee's dealt with it. Move on.
Yeah, the man in the middle today is Tom Ellsmore. Quite an authoritative ref, actually. Had him a few times. But thrown on the far side, taken by Evesham. Chased down by Still, but in the end, it's gone out for a throw-in on the far side.
191 pounds. Oh, it's 191.
Looking at some of the other scores in the Southern League, there's been a little bit of a choice in play. Bracknell Town have taken the lead at home to Taunton Town through Seb Bauman 10 minutes before the 45. Uxbridge have levelled at Walton and Hersham through Ada Okoraya on 31 minutes. For Walton and Hersham, 10 minutes prior to that, took the lead through Joel Powell. So it looks like that's been quite an interesting game in the Southern Prem. Definitely been the most interesting game so far in the league. As for this one, Evesham have a throw on the far side. It's a long one, rockets into the Gosport box, headed away by Joe Morrison. Ball's being tussled for on the edge of the box, and now Gosport looking to counter through numbers. Ben Greenwood on this near side, throwing a good ball actually into Rafa Ramos. It's chased down, but in the end, Walters does well to knock it out of play on the near side.
What happened with me?
Huh? What?
Nobody's claimed it's over.
That's all right. Well,
Ben Greenwood preparing to take this throw on the near side, chucked into Michael Fernandez, back to Greenwood. 1-2's between the players. Now Caborn looking to feed it into Ethan Taylor, but instead it works to Adam Tommaso. Tarbach on the far side into Kavanagh. The former Pompey man looks up, dinks in a ball. Can it find Rafa Ramos? Instead, it finds the brave keeper of Harris, who made sure to get in front of Rafa Ramos there to gather the ball. Smart positioning from the Evesham number one.
Yeah, he's quite dependable, isn't he? He's just come back to that, but long ball straight down to the other end, almost from keeper to keeper. But yeah, Harris for me hasn't really been troubled yet.
He's looked really comfortable so far,
Very,
I think.
very comfortable, yeah.
37 minutes now played here at the AI Stadium. It's still Gosport 0, Evesham 0. Yet to see really too many clear-cut chances in this one. Actually, I don't think we've really seen any clear-cut chances, actually.
No, I would say as far as nailed-on chances, no, probably not. See, you'd like to think that would change in the second half, but I would say that Evesham will be perfectly happy with the way things stand at the moment.
Kavanagh's cross deflected, comes into the Evesham box, hit away by Patterson, and it's gone out for another throw-in on the far side. This one being prepared by Joe Morrison, who has to climb into the Gosport stands on the far side to take it. And I've never seen that before. Joe Morrison taking a throw-in, stood inside the Harry Mitson stand.
How did he
not
manage
seen
that?
it. I don't know. I don't know why he did that in the first place. Yeah,
That's
that's always going to result in a throw-in being retaken.
yeah, because he's not even on the field of play, is he?
No.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. That was a bit of a foul there from Fernandez. Or was it Caborn? Sorry,
Caborn,
Trevor
yeah.
Caborn, yeah. Sorry.
A little one.
Yeah, it was a nudge, but a foul's a foul. Referee absolutely right to pull him up on that. Yeah, but 7 minutes to go until half time, and are we going to start guessing the attendance now, James? I think probably we're looking at about 5 or 6 today. I don't think we're anywhere near 1,000 mark today. Actually, maybe 7 at a push. 700 at a
Let's
push.
be optimistic. Go for 700, I reckon.
At a push, at a real push.
More importantly, how much stoppage time?
4, maybe
Yeah,
5.
I think that's a fair
five,
estimate.
maybe
4 or 5
5.
minutes.
Yeah,
Because you had 3 for the injury down there alone.
Ball keep coming down this right-hand channel, but he's dispossessed by Rafa Ramos, looking to keep it in on the byline, but Heap and Ramos tussling for the ball. Heap and Ramos both go down. Pretty sure it was Rafa there with a little bit of a push on Heap.
What's the referee giving here? He's giving
a Gosport throw.
whistle for a throw. So yeah, I think
nothing doing.
no.
Move along.
Bit of a physical tussle going on, but no foul play. It's just a throw.
So the throw taken on the near side finds the head of Rafa Ramos. And now Heap turns, flicking a ball over everyone as it goes out for a Gosport goal kick.
So 6 minutes left, plus potentially another 4 of this half. 5 maybe with the stoppages that we've accrued so far. 0-0. And if you are listening, glad to have you along for the ride.
Well, a very interesting game in the Southern Premier League. Uxbridge were trailing to Walton and Hersham, but they have come from behind to lead in that one through Daniel Hector on 36 minutes. This one's currently sitting at the top of the summit in the table.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is it's still early on, and I think a few people got excited when Paul were beating them in the week and Walton ground out a draw. When you are where you are as league leaders and Walton have got a bit of a cushion, you're everyone's cup final, you're everyone's target, and the games are going to get a lot tougher. And they're going to find every team is going to do their utmost to beat you now, if you're Walton.
Similar with Gloucester as well, but Evesham coming down the left-hand
Oh,
channel.
no.
Joe Morrison slips at the vital moment. He brings down his man. There will be a card plucked out. It was literally
Clumsy.
right on the edge of the
Clumsy,
box.
very clumsy.
It
was
all
a
came
yellow
from
2
Joe
out.
Morrison slipping though prior. He's going to receive a yellow for that, and now
Yeah.
Evesham have a free kick,
Right on the edge.
literally right on the edge of the 18-yard box on that left-hand side.
That was clumsy from Joe. He slipped because obviously with all the rain we've had, that pitch is going to be very, very slippery in parts. Lost his balance, went down, tried to win the ball back, and in so doing took the man. This is going to be an interesting opportunity for Evesham now.
But there will be a Gosport 3-man wall in front of this free kick.
6-12.
Who's behind it?
5.
What? The free
On the
kick was
wall.
behind it.
I'm just trying to see. I think it's Barlow who's been taking most of the
He
set pieces in
seems
this
to have
game.
done most of their set pieces, so it wouldn't surprise me. Let's just keep an eye on that.
He would be the obvious shout.
He can whip it in.
I can't see another number 4
I think
on the
it's a
pitch,
forward, so
it
I
must
think
be
it's Barlow, yeah.
Barlow with the set piece on the edge of the box on this left-hand side. Barlow drills in the ball, flicked away by a Gosport head. It finds Ethan
Tarbuck,
Taylor on the edge. Ethan Taylor hits the ball high into the sky, chased down by Trevor Caborn, but he went flying in to try and head it forward back into that danger zone. Now Awoa trying to dispossess Ramos, and Ramos flicks the ball over the Evesham back line. It's going to be chased down by Michael Fernandez down this right-hand side. Michael Fernandez looking to cut inside. He's brought down. The referee doesn't give anything, but the Gosport fans around us are not happy with that.
Yeah, they're calling for the free kick, and for me, I think it was a coming together, and Caborn had his afterburners on at the time, so I think there was momentum involved rather than foul play. So there's nothing doing there. Gosport have to throw, though.
Throw being prepared on the far side. It's thrown into Joe Morrison, back to Kavanagh. Kavanagh on the touchline. Back to Finley Walsh-Smith inside his own half. All the way back to Henry Blackledge outside his own box. Dinks the ball over. It's going to fly straight into Harris. To be fair, Walter's just making sure it does go on to Harris. For Trevor Caborn looking to sneakily try and force a mistake there from the Evesham number 1.
You see that
It's never
play
going to
out.
happen.
How many times do you see that play out where a keeper waits and then just picks the ball up and just, yeah, you know the drill.
Yeah. I'll tell you who was the master of that. Rory Williams.
Rory Williams, yeah.
Knew how to play
absolutely.
that game.
In the cameo role as goalkeeper in the last home game here, yeah, that was something of a speciality for him. Yes, totally.
Joe Morrison having his shirt pulled on the far side. In the end, allowing for Gosport to be given a free kick, which will be quickly taken by Finley Walsh-Smith. It's not a great pass back into the Gosport goalkeeper. But doesn't cause any issues as it works out to Ben Greenwood. Now Finley Walsh-Smith stood on the edge of his own box. Into Morrison. Tarbuck on the far side, the Gosport skipper. As well to wriggle away from any Evesham players as he passes back into Finley Walsh-Smith. Kavanagh on the far side into Fernandez. Fernandez dancing his way past a number of Evesham players nicely there on the halfway line.
But not really gaining any ground. It's more like sort of crab style, isn't it? Sideways.
Ethan Taylor just
caught
brought
him.
down.
Caught him. It wasn't intentional,
No.
but yeah, unfortunately Liggett did catch him. Free kick to Gosport Borough, and time running out in this half, so it'll be interesting to see what the board suggests. We're going to see that any minute now because we're in the 45th minute now.
So they've actually got it.
Well, the free kick has
It's
been
done.
taken. Kavanagh on the side now with the ball. Back into Adam Tommaso, controlling the midfield. Tommaso back into Kavanagh. Kavanagh scooping in the ball. Goes over the head of
Ramos?
Caborn, but unfortunately Ramos. And Ramos stabs a shot. It goes well wide. Ramos is claiming it took a deflection, but the referee disagrees. And to be honest with the referee, I think I agree with him.
Very, very hard to dispute that, I
Yeah.
think. So yeah, it was a goal kick. The shot was always rising anyway, but a really good opportunity for Rafa there, and possibly Gosport's first clear-cut opportunity to score. Now we're still waiting for the ball to appear because we've got I think it's 4. I think he's just indicated 4. The assistant referee's indicated 4 fingers to John Aberley, who does the board here at the AEI. And here we go. 4 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes,
It feels about right.
I'd say. And at least 3 of those was to the injury back here.
I think
Was it Barlow? Was it Heap? Heap.
Yeah.
That accounted for at least 3 of those minutes, I'd say. So James is doing his social media thing. Evesham listeners, just to explain that James is multitasking. So
Yeah.
he does social
Social
media
media
as well.
yeah.
So when he does that, I jump in. But I think you're back, sir.
Luckily, you haven't had too much to tweet about within the first half. Probably sums up.
Sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tommaso, a long, high hanging ball. It's going to drop to Rafa Ramos, who chests it down for being picked up by an Eastern player. But the referee has spotted something he doesn't like. I think it's the offside flag. Yeah.
Offside. Yeah, it's been a tale of very, very few chances here at the AI Stadium, and goalless is the appropriate scoreline going into the break. Both sides have had good spells. Both sides have basically shut each other out much of the time, and it'll be interesting to see if that pattern continues into the second half, or whether the managers start to twist and start making changes in an attempt to try and force the game to open up.
Well, maybe a little bit premature already saying this, but Luke Cook returns from injury. He's back on the bench today. Do you think we could see him back for the second half?
Maybe a late cameo potentially, because as you just said, he is just coming back. I think what you could see is Ethan Jones first.
Ethan Jones.
Because he's a little pocket rocket, and he could shake things up. Or you could put the battering ram that it's Dan Wooden, the talisman, out there, or the experience of Rory Williams, because he's not got his goalkeeping gloves on today. So they have got options. Henry Sells, a mature young player who could come on, but for me, if you're going to make the first substitution, I'd be looking at Ethan Jones.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, some very sad news at the football today. And we did mention before the game got underway at Charlton Athletic, involving them and Pompey, a team close to us, there was a medical emergency. And we have just found out that, unfortunately, the fan involved in that has sadly passed away, sending our condolences.
Oh, that's awful.
Really sad.
That's awful. And certainly Pompey had it last season at a home fixture where there you had a very similar outcome, and it is just horrible. So, yeah, thoughts with the family at the moment.
Well, everyone's thoughts and prayers at Gosport Borough are with the fan and his family, or her family, during this time.
Yeah, that's awful. I think that just puts everything back into perspective, doesn't it? Yeah, totally.
Well, back on.
Much to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Just sad, really.
Yeah, it is. It sort of knocked us for six here, guys. But yeah, not a lot going on out on the pitch here at the AI at the moment. It's sort of head tennis between the two teams at the moment. Both teams winning and surrendering possession in the next breath, isn't it, James? Really?
Indeed. There's Ben Greenwood inside his own half, plays it into Trevor Cable, and Ethan Taylor looking to feed the ball into Ramos. Ramos will score! And Gosport have taken the late lead inside this first half. It was Rafa Ramos with a clean shot at goal, slid it under the legs of Aris to give Gosport the lead in the first half. Rafa with his 10th goal of the season. Well executed by the Gosport forward to put Gosport ahead.
Rafa. Ladies and gentlemen, goal for Gosport in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. The scorer, number 11, Rafa Ramos.
We always love to see a Rafa goal, don't we, Jeremy?
We love it, and we love his celebrations just as much. Where did that come from?
Took it round.
Where did that come from? Just the ball incisively played through, and Rafa just literally before the keeper could even get close to him, just flicked it wide of the goalkeeper, and it just with pace just rolled into the back there. Right on half time, the goal goes in as well. Literally.
So the goal has just gone in for Rafa Ramos. Literally, the last chance of the game results with a Gosport goal. Rafa Ramos in the near side, giving a lot of high fives to his teammates. We'll be back for more second half coverage, so stay tuned, get some drinks, get ready for the second half by Gosport, who lead out the break through Rafa Ramos.
Half time arrives at the AI Stadium then, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up in the interval, we've got some scores from around the ground. The result of today's 50-50 draw. I have the winning number in front of me, and I can tell you that today's winning ticket will earn that holder £191. So whoever holds that winning ticket is going to go home considerably better off. We've also got 3 birthdays as well. I love doing the birthdays. I do. I really do. So,
Very much, Colin.
One of the birthday celebratories is sat about a foot to my left, so it doesn't get a lot closer to home than that. So, very happy birthday to our media man here at Gosport Borough, James McIntosh.
Thank you,
From yesterday. James, happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, and it's always from me, out the Borough.
We had to say that, didn't we?
Right.
So also a very happy birthday to Trudy Scott, one of our stewards who is hiding because she wasn't meant to be down in the tunnel, but she's hiding. Don't be shy, True. Come on. Happy birthday to you from all of us here at Gosport. And also to young Liam Disney, who is his birthday today as well. So to all three of you, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, come.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Jim.
Birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
I should have left the mic on because you had the whole press box singing happy birthday to James here. So, but that would offend your ears, I think.
I think
We're not singing. Right, let's go on with the 50-50. Have we all got our tickets ready? Today's winning number is 4, 1, 2, 4. 4, 1, 2, 4. Has one ticket holder, £191.
Yeah.
Congratulations to that finally holder. You must collect your winnings from behind the bar in the clubhouse before you leave. I know it sounds straightforward, but believe me, we've had people that have won, gone home, and lost the money. It has been done. Don't do it. Don't be like that. Okay, let's get some scores from around the grounds then for you. In the Premier Division South, Berkhamsted 2, Farnham Town 0, Bracknell 1, Taunton 1, Chertsey 1, Weymouth 0, Dorchester 1, Hungerford 1. Hamwell against Plymouth is off. We have Havant and Waterloo goalless with Port. Tiverton against Basingstoke lost to the weather. Uxbridge leading Walton 2-1. There's a little bit of a turn up for the books there. Goalless between Wimborne Town and Sholing. So that's what we have in our division. Just one more thing before I do give my voice a bit of a break. Let's get on with the Premier League, then I have some breaking news for you. Lunchtime score from the Premier League, Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1. That's a result. And all the goons are booing there. The press box. AFC Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0. Latest score, Everton 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Manchester City 2, Sunderland 0. Newcastle 1, Burnley 0. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brentford 0. Against Liverpool an evening kick-off. And just one bit of breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very sad to hear. You will be aware that Portsmouth's game at Charlton was abandoned at lunchtime due to a medical emergency to a Charlton athletic supporter. We have now heard, sadly, that person has passed away. So we're obviously sending our hearts and love to all at Charlton Athletic. Right, quite a lot to get through.
I was going to say, you did pretty well then. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
Right, give me a couple of weeks. You're going to see my last birthday.
Oh, will
Wait,
we?
then.
Oh, right. When is it? Your birthday? Oh, so it's fast approaching.
Should we let the birthday boy do it?
Yeah.
Oh, why not? Oh, thank you very
That's
much.
from Joe, the steward downstairs.
Have a little snack out. Oh, brother.
Share around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you might have to do comment.
So, the weeds for
I've got an idea of that. Don't do it to him then. Play this song out.
That's very well.
Questions on next.
And if not, we can save it for Wednesday. If not.
I was going to say, it's rats, but you might have to do that one thing after play. I told you it's really rough. Well,
Is it one of those you can't get into?
it is. It's wrapped really well. We are. You only like a chainsaw to get.
Well, what we need is West Indies power.
I'll tell you what, that ramp's finished though.
That was sublime, yeah.
You're not getting a bit of finish in that for a while, don't we?
No, that's sublime. Really.
It wasn't a screamer, but so
It's calm and composed,
exactly. I'll give you credit though. The Evesham admin, he put us on the social media saying they're enjoying the coverage. I'll get you the one.
Okay, I
As
had
long as he's done it, he's done it.
Class icon.
All right, let's take the wrapping off and you get first tips.
Oh, thank
Tell you what, it was your birthday yesterday, today. There it is. Second.
I appreciate that.
I can tell Joe she can do parcel.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, actually, so what did they say?
Oh, yeah, sorry, just gone off a bit. So they really enjoyed the coverage as well, the message. Really nice, actually. Yeah. Sorry, just getting it half time. Very sorry.
Next camera urgent message.
Thank you very much.
Go on.
Not sure which one I'll go for.
Well, that's it. Decisions, isn't it?
The yellow
I
one.
think I'm going to have to go for a toppie. I love the toppies, but oh, that's true.
Thank you.
Go on. Oh, you're going for toppies? Jezza?
One for me.
And Paul?
Oh, right, yeah.
Thanks
for it, don't like that.
You're really going for it. Which one did you get? Big one?
Yeah.
Which one's a big one? I don't know, actually. Nice little treat at half time, though.
Yeah, quite. My coat back on, I don't need it on, so now. It's something
Getting a bit chilly, yeah.
chilly. Even that heat is not quite to it. Last time we were here on the Wednesday.
No, that was lovely.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the hottest I think I've ever had the press box. That's Wimbledon stole this against Sholing. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's not showing any of the scores though, web pages anymore, which is weird.
Well, we won't have to do
Oh,
yeah, we won't have to do
yeah. Yeah, we want that to be a true, don't we? Oh, that's not so good.
but to be fair, happy that.
Where Campstead are leaving Farnham by 3-0. Just to show
Breaking off this one, Paul.
I'll just see 1-0 up the extra way, then
Remind people of what's coming up.
Yeah. If you're on after this.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
One, one of them.
Okay. Say that now.
Just got time for the second half commences, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you of today's winning 50-50 draw number. Ticket number 4124. 4124, winning £191. That is today's winning ticket. Congratulations if it's you. You'll go home considerably better off. Just don't forget to pick up the money as you go. Just to remind you that we have another home game this coming Wednesday night when we entertain Hanwell, kicking off at 7:45 here at the AEI. Next Saturday, no game for the team, but they are here and the doors have been thrown wide open for an open training session between 9 and 11. Very welcome for you to come along, watch the lads train, and then go for a drink with them in the bar afterwards. I think that sounds very social indeed, don't you? So yeah, the players and management will be in the clubhouse at the end of that for some drinks with supporters to come and mingle. A lovely idea, I think. So don't miss that if you're at Loose End next Saturday. Second half on the way then, folks, and enjoy the cinema.
Yeah, well, that's what I was shocked about. That's good sport. Farnham losing 3-0 up break. Jesus Christ, the Berkhamsted.
They're having a nightmare.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Farnham are getting absolutely hammered at Hampstead. I'll probably have to nip downstairs as soon as they're playing. All that roaching coffees and stuff. Yeah, go on then. I know you've got your iron.
I'm on reruns. Are you going to take my bring back Wednesday?
No, so they won't come back on Wednesday. Yeah, take them and pass them down. We'll hike them. So who's in it between now and decision? Anybody ready?
And then we have the
We could lock them up into like sanctuary zones.
Could do, yeah. So yeah.
the pension, right, don't they?
That's what I thought. I quite like the way they're playing, though, Evesham. They're playing some interesting football, actually. I do reckon they get back into this, though, Evesham. I still think it finishes 2-1.
I think we can learn a thing or two from their defence.
Yeah.
Substitution 15, 7 for 7.
I'm very surprised at that. So Bojan on.
Right, did they show the ball?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's actually shut.
Yeah.
But he can't be subbed on until the assistant comes anyway. He might have played the music now. Well, show us the ball, right? I know we've got it, but. Ladies and gentlemen, Evesham making the half-time substitution. Coming on number 15, and Jarrell Bojan, replacing number 17.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more second half coverage here at the AI Stadium, where Gosport are hosting Evesham.
Well,
Gosport took the late lead in the half through Rafa Ramos. He was fed a ball behind the Evesham back line, in which Ramos coolly slotted the ball under the legs of Harry to give Gosport the late lead in the half. Aside from that, though, not really too many chances within the first interval, but Jeremy, Gosport doing enough to take the lead.
Where did that come from? It's literally, we were just talking about how it's going to game of precious few chances, and then a defence splitting pass. Ramos goes through with the coolest of finishes, and it's 1-0. I mean, who saw that coming? Because I certainly didn't. But yeah, second half underway, the floodlights are on and really sort of cutting through the darkness now, which is falling quite quickly here in Gosport. And here we go for the second half. What will it bring?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be Evesham kicking us off. So we are underway for the second half. Evesham in their red and black, shooting from my right to left, and Gosport now shooting from my left to right. And what do you think we can expect from both teams in this second interval, Jeremy?
Well, Evesham have twisted, haven't they? They've made the change. Bojan coming on for keep, just in case you have just joined us. There was a change during the break. Evesham are going to want to get back into it, and they're not going to want to waste any time. Gosport, let's see what they can do with this.
Well, early ball already coming in. It flies over the head of Rafa Ramos. It literally skimmed the head, actually, of the goal scorer. He still keeps it in play, passing it back into Ben Greenwood. Ethan Taylor, midway inside the Evesham half, passes it back into Finley Will-Smith, stood on the halfway line.
Yeah, I think I was just saying that Gosport, their next job, obviously, is to try and extend their lead, isn't it? You know, and try and build a lead. But Evesham, I think, are going to be very, very determined to get this ball down, play football, and try and find a way back in.
Before we do that, a big thank you as well to Julie and Philip wishing me a happy birthday. So yeah, thank you. Yeah,
There's no escaping
like
it
that.
even
no,
now.
No, even on the YouTube. Yeah, so thank you very much, guys.
He's a birthday boy,
Yeah,
this one.
indeed.
He is.
Well, they're rewarding me, aren't they, Jeremy? The
At
lads
the
on the field at the moment.
Yeah,
Hopefully
don't
with
forget the
good
chocolates
points.
you were given.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah.
important.
Well, we got gifted some chocolates at half time. Already had a few, haven't we, Jezza? So
Well, just
an enjoyable,
The
an
Christmas
enjoyable
season's
break.
here already, yeah. Not good for the old waistline, I have, you know.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And you know what? It does feel a little festive already here at the AEI Stadium. We've had a few Christmas songs played before the game. I wonder if we have a few Christmas songs played after the game.
There might be one, but I want to do something. I want to do something on Wednesday because obviously you've heard of Whamageddon, haven't you? Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it to a public vote
Oh,
for the spectators that are here. Now, do they want to hear it or do they not?
that could get quite
That's what we're going to do. But no, not a lot going on the pitch here while we're debating last Christmas. So just in case you think we've forgotten the football, no, it's only just started again.
Yeah. Well, Gospel have possession on the far side.
Yeah, it's try against us though.
Yeah. Bojan, the Evesham substitute, preparing to take this throw, goes long, finds the head of Wright, who just follows it up, glancing backwards. Now it's still, he was coming forward for the visitors. Sliding challenge from Gosport, sees it return into Michael Fernandez, stood inside the centre circle. As it's back into Finley Will-Smith. Joe Morrison looks up now as he's given the ball. Kavanagh calling for the ball on this near side. He gets the ball. Passing it back into goalkeeper Blackledge. Didn't really have too much work to do within the first half, but with what he did do, he looked pretty confident, I thought.
Yeah, I think part of the art of being a goalkeeper is being alert and being on your toes. So even if you've not seen a lot of action, you might suddenly be called upon to make a crucial save or come out and make a crucial clearance. So
That's going to be
Ball floated onto the near side, just kept in play though by Harry Kavanagh, stood on the touchline before an Evesham defender hacks it away. Only as far as Bradley Tarbuck on the halfway line. He shivels the ball across into Ben Greenwood, stood on the far side. Greenwood laying a free ball into Ramos. Ramos flicks in across. Can't find any yellow shirts, but it's going to fall to Adam Tommaso. Knocks it back into the danger zone. Ethan Taylor fighting for a ball. In the end, losing that ball. And Evesham coming forward. A ball trying to be flicked through into Still. Instead finds Joe Morrison, who's actually did pretty good defending there in order to win the ball back for Gosport. Ball flicked forward to Ben Greenwood on the far side. The ball has flashed across the 6-yard box, narrowly evading any Gosport player. Harry Kavanagh just unable to keep it in play as well on the far side.
yeah,
Greenwood with a sharp also.
It was
He's looking for Fernandez.
Yeah.
cracking cross, but it beat sort of the two onrushing Gospel Borough players in there. Fernandez was one, and Rafa Ramos was it or Caborn? Caborn.
Yeah,
And the
Caborn.
other one, yeah, Caborn, and it went with pace and it just beat them both and went the full width of the pitch.
But Gosport have already started this half much brighter compared to how they started the first half.
Yes, they've come out a bit between their teeth, Gosport, in this half. I think that goal's given them a shot in the arm, really. Evesham, they've defended quite well, but Gosport have really gone up through the gears in the first sort of 4.5 minutes of this half.
Well, it just makes you wonder what Glenn Howes and Mark Summerhill said at half time.
Don't switch off. It's got to be, isn't it? Because that's an annoying trait from the last few games that they've switched off and allowed the opponents to come back into it. They can't allow Evesham to do it because they're a good side. If you take the foot off the throat, so to speak, they'll come back and bite you.
Well, Aouda coming forward for the visitors, caught in his tracks by Tarbuck, but still managed to get across into Wright. Wright passes back into Leggett, but his pass is intercepted by Finley Will-Smith, one of the 4 changes today. So far, he's actually had a fair bit of work to do, the young Gosport defender.
He has, but he hasn't looked anything other than composed in doing his duties. So But what I'm not liking here is Gosport are giving the ball away much too easily
Yeah.
in midfield. And
It's
they're
been an
then having
issue
to
for
tidy
us
up.
though this season
Yeah.
in the midfield area.
Yeah, and they're having to constantly tidy up behind themselves then.
Yeah.
That's an annoying little trait they need to stop.
Finley Walsh-Smith stood on par with the 18-yard box, and now it's come all the way to Harry Kavanagh on this near side. He's got a lot of space as he passes it into Adam Tommaso, the ex-AFC Tottenham man. Won the title obviously got promotion anyway last season with the Stags, alongside Ethan Taylor, who's also in the Gosport lineup today.
Yeah, they did, but going up the steps not for everyone. You know, there might be circumstances because the National South involves a lot more travelling, a lot more football being played, and some players decide not to go up with the team they won promotion with, and they decide to stay at the level they were at. It works better for them. I get it, and then similarly, you have players dropping down to a level above, don't you? Yeah, it's what suits you as a player, I guess.
I mean, we've really benefited off of that, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Especially Ethan Taylor,
Yeah.
in a goal machine since arriving.
Taylor's just been lethal inside the 18-yard box, and not surprisingly, he's our top scorer.
I wonder if he can add a few more goals to that tally today. 6 minutes played of this second half. It is Gosport leading by a Rafa Ramos goal to 0. And I wonder if any goals have gone in any of the other Southern League games. Dorchester now lead Hungerford, so another comeback story. Dorchester leading Hungerford by 2 goals to 1. Eastleigh Loney, Connor Underhill with the Magpies second in that one. Bracknell Town have cushioned their lead against Taunton. George Knight with the latest goal in that one as well. Bracknell, another team who had a tough start to this league, sort of finding their feet again now.
Yeah, they had a very difficult time, didn't they? And it really did get quite humiliating for them at one point with events on and off the pitch. But yeah, since they changed their manager, they've really found their feet. They've signed some excellent players, including Jack Mazzone, and they are now getting the results. So that's what I've said to people that talk about, oh, they're struggling, they're at the wrong end. Hang on a minute, they may not be in a few months' time. They get a few wins together, and suddenly you're coming up the table awfully damn quick. And just equally, if you have a bad spell, you could be dropping down very quickly. You know, it's an ultimate game of snakes and ladders.
Gosport with possession inside their own half. Tarbot going long.